You know, short people, I've always found them so hard to read. That damn Meryl Streep is Mary Louise. I love it. What is up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss Sophia the Diva. I am going to be reviewing season 2 of HBO's Big Little Lies. And if you have not watched the first season, you need to go back and get your HBO Go and get into it, okay? This show is based upon a book by, I believe her name is Marietta. I've never read her books, never had heard of her until the show came out. And it was only supposed to be a limited season out for one season only because it was based on the book. But now they've decided to go ahead and expand the storyline and continue on. With the aftermath of Celeste's husband, Perry. Y'all know him as Eric Nordman from True Blood. Yes, Lord. But anyway, he was a total asshole, uncaring, maniacal sociopath, basically. Because he did have some remorse for the behavior that he did engage in. But for the most part, he was a total ass. So anyway, the night at this elementary school where they were having a fundraiser called Trivia Night, when the episode closed, we found out that he got his head busted down to the white meat. He ended up down in the rocks down in Monterey Bay. Okay, so he gone, which is kind of a relief. You would think that Celeste will be relieved about it. Celeste is played by one of my favorite actresses, Nicole Kidman. Just something about redheaded actresses. I don't know what it is. I like them. But either way, the show, it's hilarious because, I mean, you can twist it in your mind and articulate it however you want to articulate it. But I thought the season didn't start until this past Sunday, so I caught it on a playback. So I'm going to review these first 2 episodes of season 2. The first episode is called What Have They Done? Okay, so everybody trying to move on with their lives because they done lied and said that Perry slipped and fell because he was trying to come for Celeste. Bonnie, who is played by, who is Zoe Kravitz, y'all know, my baby daddy, my husband, to be Lenny Kravitz's daughter, and Lisa Bonet's daughter. She is the only main black character on this show. She's married to Madeline, Reese Witherspoon's character's ex-husband, and they have a child together. His name is Nathan. Okay, Bonnie done checked out on life. Okay, Bonnie is disappearing for hours on end, talking about she going on hikes because she's always been like the granola hippie type chick. She's a product. She's playing biracial. Her mom is black. Her dad is white. So she's always kind of been this little hippie, go with the flow of life type of thing, and just feng shui that shit. Okay, but now she kind of like is walking around a fugue state, and Nathan is concerned about his wife. He even goes so far as to reach out to his ex's current husband, Ed, to ask him, hey, you know, you seem to be able to reach Bonnie a little bit better than I can. Can you take her out on a date? It's like, what the hell is wrong with you, man? Why are you asking me something like that? Oh, we also find out that Ziggy, who is Jane's son, who is a product of rape, Ziggy was conceived in rape. The person who actually sexually assaulted her is, get this, Celeste, now dead to the rock's husband, whose head that got busted down to the white meat. Okay, but either way, Ziggy is his son. And yeah, so now that secret is out. We learned that Ziggy has actually been getting money from the estate of his father. I don't know exactly what Perry did for a living, but apparently he made a substantial amount of money because y'all know Monterey and Carmel by the Sea are not cheap to live in. You might as well just be living in New York City in a 1-bedroom. But at least they get these nice houses, people all this money. So, you know, it's the first day. I mean, this is the first day back from after everything has kind of happened. You know, they're hoping that everyone in the group can keep it together. But like I said, I don't think Bonnie's going to be able to keep it together. Meryl Streep, Mary Louise, is Celeste's mother-in-law, Perry's mama. And she done basically bogarted her way into the house. And I'm going to help you with these kids. Because them boys, her boys are bad. Them some bad little boys. Okay, I'm like, talk about, I don't even think spankings would help these children, honey. They just like they daddy. They got that demon in them. Because he was beating her ass and everything else. And then after he would beat her, they would have this animalistic-like sex. It was like, oh, child, girl, how y'all living? But, I mean, the abuse had to stop. The bruising and all that, you know. But she also kind of blames herself for that behavior, too. And it happens when you're a victim. It happens. I tell you, one of the funniest scenes in the first episode was when Ed was in the grocery store and his chick, one of the other parents at the school, I think, rolled up on the grocery store. She was like, "Hi," and he was like, "You don't recognize me, do you?" She was like, she got her breast done to take away from her nose. Baby, yeah, and then he was back in the background with some melons. I said, how apropos. This is awkward, but okay, girl. And then she was kind of trying to hit on him, too. I'm like, you do know he married, right? Okay. But I'm wondering, because I know last season, Reese Witherspoon's character, Madeline, was messing around with the theater director. Who was that woman? Was that his wife and she found out, a girlfriend or somebody? I don't think he was married. So, Renatta is one of the most annoying characters. She disturbs my soul and my bowels. Whenever she comes on camera, she comes with the shits because she thinks she's better than everybody. We find out recently she didn't come from nothing. She got something, so now she believes her life, everyone should revolve around Renatta. So, Renatta, when they all get back to school, there's a new black character. Because first of all, let's be real, Monterey probably ain't that diverse. And we find that out in episode 2. But they have a new teacher that I guess the kids are in 3rd grade now. I don't know. But either way, she rolls up on the teacher and was like, my daughter is so-and-so, and I expect you to give her all this special attention because she's very gifted. And the black dude was standing there like, okay, baby. He was like, this is not what I signed up for. Also, Renatta has a photo shoot because apparently she's so successful that she deserves to be on the cover of a magazine. Now, what the fuck she had on was beyond me. I said, who styled her? She looked like a goddamn villain in one of these Marvel cartoons. Like, she could have been the Cruella de Vil, basically. It was horrible. It was tacky. It was awful. And we're also going to talk about Renatta's fashions. Everybody else be dressed cute. But Jane kind of is on her own little homely thing. But, you know, she's not one of the more wealthier women on the show. She just kind of is able to do the best she can by her son, okay? But anyway, she was playing some song, It's My World, and her husband like, check you out. And I'm just like, oh, God, this is just terrible. At some point, Madeline has a run-in with Celeste's mother-in-law, Mary Louise, and that's when she drops the line on her talking about, I always find short people so hard to read, and I would ask you about what you think happened with Perry, but, you know, I just don't know if you would tell me the truth. And I'm like, do you really even know her like that to be talking to her like that? But I'm going to tell y'all something. We are 2 episodes in. Meryl Streep, she deserves a freaking Academy Award for just on strength. It's like she's digging in from her Miranda Priestly character on the Devil Wears Prada, but she's homely. She's able to actually calm down them little demon-possessed little boys, her grandkids, because they like get into it with each other. And they always all this infighting, and I know that they are, you know, hurt because their dad is gone. Because that's one thing I can say about Perry. He did seem to have a loving relationship with his sons, just not so much with his wife, because she was plotting on leaving him. And then every time, like, Celeste wakes up, Mary Louise is there hovering over to me. I want to talk about it. It sounds like you were having nightmares. Who are you plotting on killing? Like, lady, are you stalking me? You need to get out of my damn house. Celeste's better than I am. But needless to say, when they were on a car ride, they got into a fight, and the mama probably finally said, that is enough. Because Celeste kind of is out of sorts because she knows the truth of the matter of what happened. In addition, people are now running around calling the little group Monterey 5. So you got Celeste, Madeline, Jane, Bonnie, and Renatta. Okay, they the Monterey 5 because they done killed Perry. They were witnesses to the demise of Perry when he slipped and fell on a rock, okay, and bust his head. So that also was weird. Jane is working at the aquarium there in Monterey, so I mean it's basically a hot mess, and they all got to keep their cool about them. But I don't see it for Bonnie. They probably going to have to kill Bonnie. Then it's going to be the Monterey 4 until they ain't no more. And then it's down to one little Indian, I guess. But Bonnie, you need to get yourself together. Another point of contention with Madeline. Madeline has to control everything, her environment, everything. And so one of the things she can't control is her 18-year-old daughter, Abigail, who she has with Nathan, who she says shares custody. But she also has another daughter, Chloe. Chloe is something else, honey. She's a little spitfire. But Abigail told him she ain't going to college. She want to go work and help the homeless people. I ain't gonna lie. These days, I can respect a child that says, I don't want to go to college. It's a trap. It's a trap. Let me tell you, I'm going to break it down to you right quick, right fast, what's going on with me right now. So I have 2 degrees already, but neither one of them are paying my bills the way they should be. At this point, I should be a 6-figure making dealer, okay? I have a law degree. I may not be licensed to practice, but I should be doing things like compliance, risk management, that type of thing. And I have those skill sets, but unfortunately, for some reason, they ain't biting for a diva. So I've decided to go back to school and become a school counselor. Well, I just found out I can't get my degree complete because I don't have the funding to do it because I've maxed out on my government loans. The only way I can get loans now is through Grad Plus loan that's credit-based. And right now, since I had to take a leave of absence for a time for whatever reason, I ain't got it. The credit score just ain't there to get it. But you know, I encourage now young people to do this method, which is if you don't get a full ride to where you got to go, such as grants and scholarships, don't take out no fucking loans, okay, if you can help it. Go to community college, you know, get those 2 years, get your grades up, or go to a state school in your state. And then if you decide you want to get a higher degree, I always encourage people to like go wherever you want to go and, you know, then take out the loans and stuff. It won't be such a burden as it is now, because now I have to figure out how am I going to finish my counseling degree, and that in and of itself, I'm just saying. Off that sidetrack, so pretty much that's the opening episode. It's everyone trying to come together and figure out what's going on, and everybody like Bonnie is a weak link, basically. Episode 2, let's get into that. I tell you one thing, I will not be poor again, okay? That damn Renata. Alright, let's get into episode 2, Telltale Hearts, okay? Big Little Lies. I love this show. I'm here for it. It's intense. Baby, not only is Renata finding out she gonna be broke ass and penniless and have to hold her head down after she done tried to crush everybody else's spirit in their place in life, we also find out that Nathan is so distraught about Bunny, he done called her mama. Okay, and mama is none other than the mother from the Haves and the Have-Nots. So her mom is Crystal Fox from the Have and the Have-Nots. Okay, so when the episode opens up, Celeste is driving, Nicole Kidman's character, and she's just kind of in this fugue state, like, you know, and you can see her eyes kind of just crash into a ditch. Because this shit is heavy. You done witnessed your husband die, okay, because you kind of helped that alone, and now you all fucked up in the head. And come to find out, she was taking Ambien. She can't sleep at night, so she takes Ambien. Not to mention she's stressed out because Mary Louise is there at the house, sniffing around. They're like, what you say? What did you say? I hear you. Can't hear you. Say it louder. So she crashes into a ditch. Renata is the one, not Renata, excuse me. Madeline, Reese Witherspoon's character, is the one to come get her, okay? But when they come get her, they see Bonnie walking around like she just lost. Like, she looked like one of them people that they done given them powerful drugs they give in the psychiatric hospital. And they're like, what is she doing out there? Let's help her. And so they're like, hey, girl, what's going on? And she's like, hey, what you doing? I'm hiking. You hiking? Yeah, hiking. So they were like, well, do you want us to give you a ride? She was like, why would I need a ride if I'm out hiking? Okay. Now, last episode, we saw her standing in front of the police department thinking about going in and confessing her crimes. But I'm like, if you confess, that means everybody else going to get screwed up. Renata. First of all, I hate those high fashion fanny packs that people actually wear out and not just to work out in. Okay, it disturbs me. I know people like them. I don't like them. But she had on one of those vests, those puffer vests, and the Gucci thing. It looked like it was just constricting her. Okay, she is a prime example of people that have money and can have access to some of the best fashion stylists and still can't dress themselves. Okay, that's a problem. But needless to say, Renatta's like, I'm going to be on the cover of the #1 women's magazine. I'm so successful. Then freeze! What y'all doing? Baby, Gordon done fucked up all the family's money, honey. The FBI to come and took him away. She was like, what is going on? Oh my God! What's going on? Girl, they came and got your husband. He probably got a Ponzi scheme, something going on. I don't know. So I was like, Lord Jesus. That outfit, anyway, she going to be on the cover of that hideous outfit that she had on. But needless to say, I don't know if that's even going to go on because, baby, your husband, Gordon, they came and got his ass. I'm like, what the fuck did he do? It was kind of fun seeing her flail though. Like, oh my God, what's going on? Why are you touching him? Why are you handcuffing him? It was hilarious too. Y'all have to watch something. You're not watching, you're just watching me for the sake of watching me. You'll have to check it out. When Madeline returns Celeste home, Mary Louise was like, oh my God, why is your car? She was like, I fell asleep at the wheel, I had a car crash. Why did you do that? I'm like, why do you think she did? Did you stress out her husband dead? Okay. Then she came for Madeline again. And she was like, I kind of just want to apologize for how I came off. You don't like me, do you? And I was just like, goddamn. Goddamn. And Reese is just looking at her like, what? And then they get into it. Some words are said. As Madeline is walking off, she's like, weirdo. And then Mary Louise turns around. She's like, what? And I was just like, girl, let it go. You know you weird. You probably always was a strange kid in the classroom. Anyway, down to the jail, Renatta go see Gordon. Gordon basically is telling her that, the federal government is going to make us forfeiture all of our money. Okay, because I did some shit I shouldn't have done. Now, I didn't catch all that he said. I couldn't make out all he was saying that he had done. But what I do know is that the bottom line is Renatta found out, oh my God! Oh my God! I'm going to be broke ass. I will not be rich. You understand me? Because when he started saying shit like, but don't worry, our daughter's trust fund is safe. And she was like, but I made my own money. I didn't sign anything. I was like, girl, it don't matter. You talking about West Community Property. Like, welcome to California, baby. But I'm sure that we can, maybe if you got some inheritance or something, because usually that's not community property unless you make it so. And usually that's either by act or by you actually signing a document teaching y'all something. Anyway, all I know is that y'all fucked and y'all gonna be broke ass and y'all gonna have to do the walk of shame. Shame! Confess. Shame! Confess. Shame. Oh, Lord. But anyway, Gordon fucked up y'all's money. I don't know what y'all gonna do. Bonnie husband and called her mama. Her mama that showed up. And I want to explore that storyline because so much was going on. So it's obvious that the mother is like a hippie, okay? And, you can tell because, first of all, she, that's that black hippie thing going on because, she had a child where she tried to, kind of like if you think about Blackish Rainbow story, I'm willing to bet that's Bonnie's story, too, with her mother. Because, he don't know how to reach you. But I tell you what, that dinner table scene with Crystal Fox going in on the whole damn table, I was like, goddamn, but we don't get into that. So, meanwhile at school, the new teacher, I don't know what his name is, but I keep calling him the black guy because, hell, he's the only one on the show that got some lines. He basically was telling the children that if there's anything that's affecting you, let's talk about it. And I thought that was great. I said his trust circle will be good for the kids. That's when Celeste, one of the boys, I think it was Max or somebody, was like, can we talk about my dead father? So the teacher has a conversation with Celeste about it because it was deadpan. He was like, with no feeling or emotion. And then she was like, well, yeah, I think maybe I brought them back to school too soon. I think they need more counseling. Okay, and so Celeste has a conversation with him about that. But the truth of the matter is, the father had demonic spirits on him. Them kids got it too, and you did nothing to protect him. You should have left him a long time ago. When he put that first ass whipping on you, that's when you should have left. But I know that's easier said than done. Because he's a sociopath. Those little boys are going to be sociopath. At one point, Max told his mama to fuck off. And I was like, see, that's when you're going to be in more than just time out. Okay? I was like, they just going to be like their crazy ass dad and get ready unless you can get them some help. Meanwhile, at dinner with Bonnie and Nathan and her mama and her daddy, basically the mama dissected the entire thing. She told Nathan that you are unable to emotionally connect with your wife. That's why I'm here. That man, she said, no, things are not okay. She saw a man fall and bust his head wide open. So no, she's not okay. And child, give her an Emmy too. Her and Meryl Streep are doing the damn thing. So everybody, and then the dad was sitting there like, can we just have a normal day? This is normal. Families talk. We confront these issues. I was like, okay. She also tried to put crystals and stuff. So I don't know what part of the healing process or religion or faith or practice that is. But Bonnie is like, I don't want to do that. When her mother was telling her, I know something's not right. I've been having visions. I don't want to hear about your visions. I need for you to just go. Just go. Also, Madeline been keeping secrets and telling lies to her husband, Ed, so much so that Ed ended up finding out about it just because he happened to be walking by and caught what Abigail was saying. So at some point, Abigail had been living with her father and Bonnie. And because now all of a sudden Abigail doesn't want to go to school, even Bonnie's like, you know what, I can't give her what she needs. Because she already has a daughter. Her and her husband have a daughter too. Come home, there's a big blowout, and it comes out that, you know, she had an affair with the theater teacher. And Ed was like, I heard what I heard. Because Bonnie was like, oh, you misunderstood what she was saying. On top of that, before that, it comes out from Chloe that she knows that Ziggy is Celeste boy's brother. And then she has to make a phone call. Celeste and Jane have to have conversations with their sons. And that's when it comes out. Ziggy was like, yeah, I heard that, you know, it was from some sort of assault or something. And she was like, oh, shit. So Chloe then told the business to the boys. Some kind of way it all got out. Celeste and Jane meet. And Jane is like, you know, it had to come out at some point, basically. And then Celeste is like, but it's not fair to my boys. You know, I thought we were going to take time to do this. It also comes out with the mother-in-law, you know, Mary Louise knows, talking about how do you know this woman isn't lying to you or whatever. But it's just a whole hot-ass mess. Ed and Madeline probably going to get divorced because Ed comes back and says, you know what, to know that Abigail knew a secret for over a year that you had been carrying, to know that Chloe knew this stuff too. He told me, we're done. I was like, damn, divorce number 2, girl, that is fucked up. We also see in a flashback where Celeste is talking to Perry when they first got together, and you know her mom is deceased, she's not close to her father. That was his end right there. That's when he knew he could control you. And it's sad nowadays when we're dating how we have to be very particular about what we share, because sometimes that shit will come back in a relationship on us. It's not fair, but it happens. Celeste has a confrontation with Mary Louise about what's really going on and what happened in the house, because Mary Louise is like, I had to find out that you were getting ready to leave him, and I think I'm going to go to the police for answers about what really happened to my son. She was like, your son was beating me. Oh, but you stayed and you kept sleeping with him. She's like, I'm not saying I was totally innocent in all of this, but we did some things to each other that were destructive. And she's like, I don't believe that. And I'm just like, that's just how mothers are. I can't stand mamas that are like that, especially when it comes to, not my child, not my son. He would never. I didn't raise him like that. You can raise, let me tell you something. Sociopaths and psychopaths can pretend well. That's what they do. They're masters of disguise. They can be one way in front of their mama and a different way in front of other people because they know. And apparently you exercise too much control over him anyway. That's why he crazy now. Or was crazy because his brain's all over the bay. Okay. Renatta and her husband, he out on bail, child. They ain't got no money. They driving down the highway in a Tesla. Some song is on. She turned it off and he was like, hey, that's our song. used to like this song. She was like, I used to also sit on your face, and I like that too, but that won't be happening. I was like, oh my God. I was like, then at some point she had a meltdown. I was like, get out of my car! This is my car! And I'm out with my money! And I was just like, oh shit. She is having a total and complete meltdown. This is not good. This is not good. But she does turn around and go back and get him. All in all, these are the first 2 episodes. Great episodes. Madeline and her husband do have a conversation. He's done. Renatta might be broke. The word and the secret is out. I'm glad at the end that Celeste brought her boys over to hang out with Ziggy. I will say this, all 3 boys are going to be sociopaths, especially poor Ziggy, because his ass was born out of violence, okay? That's how he was made. Although he's a very sweet child, he's very smart, because when his mama was having a conversation, she was like, how long have you known? He was like, a few months. Well, why didn't you tell me? It's because I knew you were just going to lie. I was like, oh. Kids are very intuitive. They know shit, okay? They know things, okay? And Lord have mercy. But I love Meryl Streep's character on here. She is acting her ass off as only she can. It's good to see Crystal Fox. I think Bonnie is wrong for trying to run her mother off. You need to face your truths. All this hiking and running and yoga and feng shui and Venus flow or however it's pronounced, it ain't going to work for you, girl. You need some help. And I hope they don't kill you too, because you know you the only little black dot in there. So anyway, she told her husband she wants her mama to go, and maybe she'll start to try to pretend to act normal. But that's all I've got for Big Little Lies. Again, I've been Miss Sophia the Diva. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Be sure to check out my radio show every Tuesday night at 9:30. It's called The Diva Disturbed. It comes on Vosscast on BFAM 109.6, but I also always try to stream live on my YouTube and Facebook and Periscope. But sometimes with the internet in there, it just doesn't cooperate. Like, it doesn't affect the streaming service for the radio online, but for some reason YouTube and Facebook, I don't know, maybe the bandwidth or something, but we're in one of the state-of-the-art buildings that for internet. But either way, that's all I've got. That's all my time. Thank you guys for joining, and check you out later.